Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you with an action figure that I never thought that I'd actually get my hands on. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave X-Men Deadpool. Yeah, I've seen this one for years now because this came out in, 2016? And either it's just been too dang pricey or, when it first came out, it went off the shelves. So if you want to pick this up, I looked at Big Bad Toy Store and Dorkside, nada. So first and foremost, please support your local comic shop and see if anybody has maybe traded one in, or just for the luck of the draw, maybe they ordered one and it's just sitting somewhere in the back. You never know. If not, I lucked out. I was just hunting on Amazon and I saw that they have the whole wave. Like you can buy the whole wave at once. I will warn you, it's pricey. However, they do have him, for the time of this recording, let's clarify that, as a single figure. So if you can, jump on it. Now, as you see, we get this awesome window here with all these lovely accessories that I can't wait to touch and play with. Juggernaut, cool Deadpool logo there on the top. Come around to the side, and then these older figures. I love that artist rendition of Deadpool there. Just absolutely fan-flippin-tastic. Come around to the back. Product shot. The way that's lit is cool. The pose kind of, whatever. You do get a read-up, so I'll make sure I get a close-up so you can read that at your convenience. Same with the little cool animation of Deadpool here, serving himself a taco. Now, if you can, if it says, I date me, is that all the same languages there? I'm not 100% sure. I'll also make sure you get a close-up of the figures from this wave that you need to build Juggernaut. Come back around to the side, same awesome artist rendition there. Nothing on the bottom. So with that said, let's get this merc with the mouth out of the packaging and get a closer look at him. This Deadpool is awesome. I've gone over quite a few, but I have to say, in terms of relative comic accuracy, this one takes the cake, and I'm glad to finally get it in my collection. Now, as I say, there's always going to be a few things that are going to drive you nuts. I have, so far, two. One that's going to be on every figure no matter what, and then I don't know if this one's going to be particularly just focused on my figure. If you have the same problem, let me know when we get to that part of the review. So what am I talking about on top, in terms of this beautiful figure? Let's get it off the stand and look into it. Now, since we've essentially gone over Deadpool's origin through all the other figures that we've gone over, let's just dive right into the massive amount of accessories that this figure comes with. So first and foremost, he comes with this cool looking, I guess that would be a Bowie knife. A little irritated that the paint's scuffed on the blade. Is what it is. But I like that it has the serrated blades here. Black handle, looks good. And what I'm really digging about this Deadpool in particular. Oh my god, weapon storage. Look at that. Like, I saw that and it reminded me of the classified Snake Eyes that we went over, and I was like, man, they knew what they were doing with the weapon storage. Now, he comes with two guns. I can't tell if they're supposed to be 9mm or 45s. I would think 45 since they're a little bit more of a kick. Put that gunmetal grate on there with the shimmer. Looks good. Looks like a gun. And then what's cool about this is, okay, you get some relatively nice, decently sculpted guns. But then you bring weight in here and bloop, one there. And then this leg holster, bloop, another there. Now that is what I'm talking about. And then of course the next things that he comes with are the katanas that we've seen 1,000 times with all the different Deadpools, like the red. And the hilt looks good. Blades look awesome. And then of course, weapon storage. I'm a little obsessed with that, the fact that we can actually store majority of our weapons. And what do I mean by that? We'll get into that here in a second. But at least, you can put the knife, the guns, and we'll look at the figure closer here in a second. The next thing, I love this Tommy gun. This thing is awesome. That big, what is that called? Drum thing for the bullets. I forget what that thing's called. Drum Magnum. Looks good. Double-handed. Silver looks great. I love everything about this piece. This one, on the other hand, is a little boring. The silver looks good, but I wish there had been a little more detail because all we get are those little rivets. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to have it because I love accessories, but it's just kind of a boring weapon. And then this is what I was talking about with most of your weapons is there's nowhere really to put these on this guy other than maybe futz around with the katana holster. Something. So yeah, I'm just a little disappointed that there's not storage for the bigger weapons. Speaking of bigger weapons, let's get Wade to hold still. This Mamma Jamma, this glove box, boxing glove bazooka. I love the military green on this thing, and actually get a scope, you know, where you press this against your shoulder, handles. Now, if this was ever in a comic book, let me know, because I've read a few Deadpool comics, and I don't recall ever seeing this in the books. I did try to get this boxing glove off, but I don't think you're supposed to. If anybody else has popped that off, let me know if it's okay to add more pressure, but I don't want to just pop it and break it. And what makes you think about it is because look at how it spins. So, you know, you can either be funny and have a punching bag, or boxing glove punching bag, or turn it into a real bazookas, or action figure bazooka, let's clarify that. But let me know if you guys have been able to pop that off or not. The next thing that he comes with that's kind of ridiculous is, every time I see this, this reminds me of Cartman and Jennifer Lopez. The taco flavored kisses. You know, it's cool, you can see the meat, and then whatever the green stuff's supposed to be, I don't know if it's supposed to be like green chili sauce or what, but having a taco, awesome piece. Even though I'm not a big fan of Wade being the LOL so random guy, just that they gave us a plastic taco for this figure, I'll let that slide. Lastly, and I think this is what a lot of people wanted this figure for, was just the blank head. I think it looks good. Those yellow eyes look awesome. I do wish, however, that they would have maybe put a little bit more black wash in the veined area to make it more pronounced. But at least, you know, it doesn't look terrible. The sculpt on it looks good. Teeth look good. The veins, even though, as I said, they're not as pronounced, look great. So overall, I think this is a very nice head. And with that said, let's go ahead and look at this Wade's head and all the lovely paint apps. So I love this mask. I'm thankful that it's a lot darker than the other Deadpools, but you have to be careful because then the paint won't match if you have another red top. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Deadpool mold that they used for the boxer short Deadpool that we went over a little while back, because he has the same mold. And yeah, the reds look good. Love the detail in the mask where you know, a frown would actually form. The black dots, and then of course the little binky here hanging off the back looks good. Musculature with the red and black motif looks great. Love this brown Deadpool belt with his logo, the pouches, and then just out of the nowhere flipping grenades. You're just sort of like, okay. And then the leg holster here, loose plastic, glad to have it. I'm a little perturbed, just like with the boxer Deadpool, which is why I'm thinking they reuse this model, is they give him the fancy pinky, which I get, but you know, when you're trying to do serious photos and you have that, oh, it's time for a spot of tea, just it doesn't work, you know what I mean? So even though it's supposed to be funny, it annoys me nonetheless. Now for this Deadpool, I'm glad that they actually focused and gave detail to the legs. So you actually get the shoes with the buckled thing, the shin pads. As were other Deadpools that we've gone over, they just get those regular lame feet. So I'm glad that we have this. That is absolutely amazing. They look nice. They look like if you get kicked, you're going to hurt. Legs look good. Paint apps overall are awesome. Now for the articulation, let me back this bad boy out just a smidge and then zoom in just a smidge. You can look down that much all the way up, which is awesome. And if the katana is getting in your way, you can take this off, so that's awesome. You just move the arms back and then slide it off like you would any other Deadpool figure. Now, his arms, 360 that way, out that way, out that way, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, hand spins 360, up and down.
Everything is
Don't mind that.
Smile.
He can twist that way, that way. I actually had someone ask me, they said, why don't you turn off your phone? And sadly, it's because I'm on call 24/7, so I can't. Just a disclaimer there. Sorry, guys. All the way down there. All the way back that way. The legs, I don't know. Let me know if this happened with your Marvel Legends, Wade, but look at this. I have noodle legs. Hate noodle legs on figures. If y'all know an easy way to tighten those joints up, please let me know. Because when I got him out of the box and I felt those loose legs, I went, oh shit. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that whatsoever. But that aside, legs can go out that much, that far that way. And then because, like every other Marvel Legends figure, butt flap hindered that, you have to go off to the side, which is dumb. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Foot go down, foot go up. I'm glad that that ankle pad there does not really mess with the foot all too much. And then, of course, ankle rocker there. Good stuff all around. Now, we just kind of went over all that articulation. And, you know, most Deadpools that you buy are flexible and bendy. And he is to a degree. But I hate that they got rid of, at least on this one, the butterfly. Because see how with this Wade you can kind of go back and forth on this arm? I really hate that they got rid of it there. That would have been a very nice addition, and I think would have really made this a 100% home run for me. But because now we're kind of limited in how the range of his arm's supposed to be, that's probably my biggest gripe overall. But in the end, I'm happy with everything that we have been given for this figure. Now for a quick comparison, here's the Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave X-Men Deadpool holding the Deadpool that we just went over hostage for his taco. And when you put these two figures together, you can see how this one, in my honest opinion, really shines over this one. The dark paint apps, the actual finish of the boots instead of just a bright color with the generic feet just blows this Deadpool out of the water. However, I am thankful to have both of them. They're both unique in their own way. I had a hell of a time, good time reviewing this one, as did I with this one. Now, with that said, the one thing where he is superior is he has the butterfly joint. So I don't know why the hell they didn't think to put that on this Deadpool. So that's one thing, no matter what, whoever picks this figure up, that's going to be the one problem with yours. Now, with mine, I don't understand why the legs came out wobbly. That is definitely a major irritant for me. I'm just going to have to work around it, but it is what it is. If you guys have enjoyed this figure or both of these figures, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and see if they have one or either in stock. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little Merc bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys can come to the channel. Love talking with you and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, photo slideshow coming up next. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.